I'm going to tell you about the Star Wars toys that George Lucas hated. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with a whole new video. Done a lot of videos lately, so let's not slow down. Today we're going to tell you about the three Star Wars toys that George Lucas absolutely hated and caused Kenner not to make them anymore. But before that, as always, you want to support this channel, head over to Patreon, links right up there or in the description below. There you can become a supporter and help make the Junk Room better. And if you want to support another way, go over to thatjunkman.com and buy some cool t-shirts like this one right here. And if you're watching this video today, what's the day? April 17th. The rest of this week, all t-shirts are on sale for $13. That's right. If you're watching this video kind of later in the next week or next month, they might not be on sale, but still check it out. Who knows? They might be still. Even when they're not on sale, they're still a pretty good price. So if you want a shirt this week, today's the week to get them. $13 for a shirt. And we got all kinds like these right here. So what Kenner toy did George Lucas himself hate so much that he demanded Kenner not make any more of them? Well, it was released only in Sears, and it's the Star Wars utility belt. These were kind of a role-playing set that came with different pieces, and they looked very cheap. The package looked cheap, the toys inside looked cheap, everything about this looked really cheap. Now there was a company called Remco that sold a lot of utility belt play sets, mostly of Batman and other comic book heroes. Well, Kenner bought some of their stock and decided to make their own. Knowing that they could sell anything with the Star Wars name on it, they really didn't care if it looked like anything from the movie or not. And like everything at this time period, Lucasfilm had to approve it. But somehow this one slipped through the cracks. Lucasfilm might have gave the okay on it, but George Lucas sure didn't. When he saw these, he was upset and said, no more. They're not gonna make any more of these. Like I said, they look crappy. George Lucas knew that. He didn't want to put the Star Wars name on something that looked so bad. And today, these three sets are pretty rare, being that they were only released in Canada, even then in small numbers. Now, I've heard that a lot of these were still found in Canada, on up through the release of Empire Strikes Back. But no more was produced after George Lucas said no more. But they did continue selling the stock they had. Let's take a closer look at these utility belts. First up, we have the Luke Skywalker utility belt. As you can see here, it comes with a black belt, a black pistol, a grappling hook, a rope, and a lightsaber. These of course came in a cardboard Star Wars box with a cardboard tray inside for the Luke Skywalker. However, the other two had a plastic tray to hold in your utilities. I mean, look at that gun. Did Luke Skywalker ever have a gun like that? No. So let's look at the other utility belt. And this one here is Darth Vader's utility belt. And it comes with a black belt, a lightsaber, and a black pistol. Darth Vader with a gun and a belt that said Star Wars on it. I really doubt you saw that in the movies. Are you starting to see why George Lucas hated these things? Let's look at the final third utility belt. That was the Princess Leia utility belt. It came with a white belt, a black pistol, a red watch, and a black walkie-talkie. A watch. Princess Leia's utility belt came with a watch. I don't remember anyone in any of the movies looking at a watch. Hell, I don't even know anyone today that still wears a watch. A lot of people call the walkie-talkie in this set a flashlight, but it's not a flashlight, it's a walkie-talkie. Looking at these three utility belts, I think you agree. These things look cheap. The box looks cheap. The toys inside look cheap. How they're packaged look cheap. Everything about this screams cheap. Looks like a knockoff you would find at a dollar store. So you can understand how George Lucas saw that this somehow got past the approval stage, and in the stores, he wasn't happy. Kenner knew if he threw Star Wars name on anything, it would sell. But George Lucas thought if you just slapped the Star Wars name on anything to make a quick dollar, it's just gonna cheapen Star Wars. You have to have some kind of quality. And these don't have any quality at all. Now these are extremely rare. You hardly ever see them come up on eBay or on the marketplace. I've never actually seen one in person. So to find one in the box still is extremely hard. In fact, recently on eBay, one of the Princess Leia belts and Darth Vader belts sold for around $80. That's just the belt. An empty box of one of these utility belts, an empty box now, that wasn't even in good shape, sold for over $100. There was even a Luke Skywalker belt that came with the box, but missing everything else, and it sold for over $1,000 and has 16 bids. Whew. These things are cheap and ugly and bad, but they're kind of neat to have. They're really a product of the 70s when you look at them, and they're so goofy, it would be kind of cool to have in a collection. And to know that George Lucas hated them as much as he hated the holiday special, it makes it a little bit more fun if you have it in your collection. Anyway, I know it's kind of a short video today, but I thought you guys might like to see more about these utility belts. And I know a lot of you kind of enjoy the rare or obscure Star Wars stuff by Kenner that's out there that don't get much coverage. I mean, we all have heard enough about a blue snaggletooth, haven't we? Anyway, thank you for watching. As always, support this channel at Patreon. Links in the description below. And don't forget, this week only, of April 17th, all our shirts are on sale for only $13. So go get you some shirts at thatjunkman.com. There you'll find the link to our t-shirt store. And we have a brand new t-shirt to add. This one right here, Approaching the Death Star. Anyway, again, thank you for watching. And always subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell so you know when you get a new video up. And comment below. Let me know what you think about these utility belts. Until the next video, we'll talk again.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.